Is that considered storytelling?
Yeah.
Tell me why.
Because you're telling a story of, so a lot of the breakdowns we do is one video went viral, one video did not go viral. So we're telling a story about why this one video got 10 million views and this one video got 1,000 views. So when we say telling a story can be anything. It can be educating. It could be there's house tours. There's Ryan Serhant and this guy Enes that go tour like multi-million-dollar houses. Like, that's the story of touring a house. Now, the first person to use that format? Think way back
Richard Famous.
Exactly.
Hey, I got one. Finally.
So there's another one that is there. So there's many different ways to tell a story. It doesn't have to be a fairy tale like Once Upon a Time with everything. It's just, does it have a beginning, middle, and end to it? Are you actually sharing some information or something that's creating an effect on the viewer through the story that you're telling?
Okay, let's talk about Enes for a second.
Yeah.
I love to watch beautiful homes from all price points because it allows me to see spaces that I'm a fan of architecture. And we see these videos, and then all of a sudden I start watching this one guy named Enes. I think he's Turkish.
I don't know.
Something like that. Somebody told me he's Turkish, but I don't know. Anyway, so Enes does these tours, and he goes and he does it, to me, very differently than how these other people do it. First of all, he talks to the camera guy, and the camera guy has a personality. He's asking some questions, but he talks about a lot of details about this kind of crystal or book match marble, this and that. And so he's taking something that for most untrained eye would not even be able to pick up. He starts talking about these things and conveniences and floor plans. He does a really good job. I thought if you have a young person, you're a parent, it's a skill. What I would recommend people do is play his video, turn the volume all the way off, and have your young person just try to present. It's a good thing just to develop your communication skills and your presentation skills and get comfortable speaking. So I thought he did a great job. What is your take on Enes's ability to do these tours?
Well, I think there's part of what you're saying. I think that he also does a great job with the hook of the property, selecting the right properties and presenting like houses that you ultimately want to see no matter what your price level is at. And that's, again, it's, I just want to point this out because it's really important of like what you said of like, oh, I don't think social media can grow my business. Like one of the mindset limitations that people have is that was designed pre-social media is design a niche message for a niche audience. And that just doesn't work with social media because of how the algorithms work and things of that nature. They only care about content they could see to the most amount of people and capture their attention. So in that specific format, and Ryan Serhant, I think, generates more money from it. I don't think Enes is as big of a real estate agent. I think he's getting paid now a lot of money to do these.
Yeah, I don't think
videos.
He's even a realtor as far as I know, right?
Yeah, I think he's making money off of the videos, but like Ryan Serhant actually makes money by closing clients. If you think about, I'm going to take you on a tour of a $250 million ranch. Well, who wants to see that? Anybody would want to see that, on top of the billionaires that also would want to see that. And because they're playing the number games with that amazing hook where it's generating millions and millions of views, if less than a fraction of a percent are his core target audience, they ultimately win. Mm-hmm. So there is a big aspect of the storytelling, of his unique aspect of how he's engaging with the cameraman. The way that they actually tour the property is methodical in terms of what rooms do you show first, how do you kind of build the tension throughout of like, again, different hooks of different interesting parts of the property interspersed throughout. And then just, again, choosing the right property and positioning it in the right way. So like Ryan, I don't know Enes's most viewed videos, but like Ryan, I think his most viewed videos is, let me take you on a tour of a $250 million ranch. Let me take you on a tour of a $7 million closet. Things of that nature that make it more appealing for people to come in.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now, there's another guy, maybe you know him, Arvin Haddad.
I don't know him.
Oh, okay. What's really interesting is he's the how to buy a mansion guy. And so Arvin Haddad is an LA realtor. So he critiques Enes's videos. And at first they didn't do really well. And now he's created his own market. So now the videos that he's producing are tens, 20, 100,000 views too. And it's real interesting how he critiques it because he's like, this is all BS. Let me pause the video and he'll talk about it. So even if you're not the person making the original video, you can have a career and a business by critiquing that. And his perspective on what you see and what you don't see is really interesting. And he'll tell you, okay, so that home did not sell. It sold for half the price it was listed for, and here's why. And he has a rating system, like his system, like 10-point system, and why it scored this number.
Yeah, we call it the reaction format.
Okay.
Again, that one's been around for forever as well, pre-social media. And it's a format that can work really well if you kind of have your unique perspective. And again, you study the high performers versus the low performers. But it's a really powerful format, like you said.
Okay. So anyone can go viral if they have the intention, if they understand the right format for them, understand the high performers and the low performers, so they're much more informed at doing that, and they put in the work and they stick to it until they find success. Is that what you're saying?
And studying.
Okay.
You got to study communication, study what makes something successful versus unsuccessful.
All right. That's not as sexy as saying anyone can go viral.
But anybody can go viral.